You may know him as the Spartan Life Coach. Today, QueenBeing.com, I'm sharing with you part of an interview I did with Richard Grannon. So, let's get started. My name is Angie Atkinson, and on this channel, I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse and toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. If that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button and we'll get going. For the few of you who don't know him, here is what Richard is all about. Richard Grannon is a well-known YouTuber and speaker in narcissistic abuse and narcissistic personality disorder. He's also an NLP master practitioner, and he's passionate about helping people defend themselves, get back on their feet, and finally free themselves from narcissistic abuse. He attended Aston University, where he studied psychology and trained under Richard Bandler, who is the co-developer of NLP, which is Neuro-Linguistic Programming. Grannon says a lot of his interest in this topic started in childhood. He'd witnessed it firsthand before and could tell that something was wrong or off, yet he couldn't quite identify it. It was only through his psychological training that he began to recognize patterns of narcissistic abuse. Now, he realized that this was likely the case for victims around the world, and that they were either unaware of how they were being treated or unaware of possible solutions for their problem. So he graduated with a BSc in psychology and a renewed sense of purpose. He could offer direct practical solutions for narcissistic abuse victims and help them reclaim their self-worth. He says he cherishes his ability to reach a wide range of people, and he's worked with people from all different backgrounds and guided them toward the way out, all while helping them take back their power and sharpen their sense of reality. He says he draws on elements of numerous forms of psychotherapy, including NLP, cognitive behavioral therapy, Zen meditation, psychodynamics, and more, to create the most effective and personalized solutions possible for his clients. Welcome to the channel.
Thank you very much for having me.
I'm honored. Thank you so much for agreeing to be here. So we started out the interview, and I just asked Richard to tell me a little bit about his own story. Where did he come from? Why did he talk about narcissistic abuse? And what was his mission? Let's hear from Richard.
I always like to jump in without too much preamble, because I find if I think about it for too long, I get nervous. When I was doing the seminars in America, I kept on starting them early because people would show up in the room and they'd look at me and I'd look at them and I'd go, ugh, let's just go. How I got into this, I suppose, it was down to my upbringing. My experiences in childhood left me with a lasting impression that something was up. The way in which I'd been raised and the impressions that I'd been left with, and my perceptions, my worldview, didn't seem to match those of people around me. So I was looking for reasons why that might be. Then I got into progressively more nasty, more savage relationships that were highly, highly toxic with people who, for quite complex reasons, were very sick, but only in the area of intimacy. So they were quite high functioning, normal seeming people in every sense. Only if you were in a relationship with them would you ever see it. So I guess this would be like a kind of covert narcissism, which then ended up making me feel very isolated, because I was the only one who knew what this person was really like, and that mirrored feelings that I was having in childhood. So I wanted to explore that in more depth. My job at that time, I had been a psychologist doing contract work for the British education system, teaching kids how to learn, teaching teachers how to teach, and then I had become a self-protection instructor teaching combative psychology for people. And so I was in an area where I was already psychologically very fluent, and I was actually specializing in self-protection, and yet I couldn't protect myself psychologically from these people. So I knew that there was something up, and that there was some gaps in my learning and my understanding, which I have now filled in thanks to the study of personality disorders.
Yeah, that is amazing. As far as your mission, what do you think that your mission, if you had to describe your mission in like a few sentences, what would you say it is with your channel, with your work?
I think the big mission, the long-term mission, the life goal is to give people information and skills that would reduce their suffering. All people, not just like people who have self-identified as being the victim of narcissistic abuse, humans can do things regularly that make their lives easier, and yet we don't do them, and it's not common knowledge.
Right.
I'd like to have a lasting impact on the way people think about their kids and raising their children. My major focus, or one of the major focuses for this year, 2018, is to go back to teaching young people, teaching young adults, and trying to catch them before they get into narcissistically abusive relationships, and just educate them and say, hey, there is this thing. Nobody's going to tell you about it. Nobody's going to warn you. But there are people out there, you know, you've already seen in films, there are people out there who are serial killers. There are people out there who will rob you. But did you know there's people out there who will deliberately foster your love solely to con you out of things or money or time or attention? And to let them know that that exists, and then to protect them from it.
Love it. Absolutely. He was a really great guy. I really enjoyed talking with him. Take a look at the lightning round. We had a lot of fun with this one. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, I love ice cream so much. Don't make me choose just one. I love to mix it up. Oreo cookies.
Oh, good one. Okay. Well, say a word in Spanish.
I could say a phrase in Spanish. Cuando digo que no, es que no.
Nice. What does it mean?
It means when I tell you no, it means no.
Nice. Okay. Do you believe in fate?
I don't know what that word means.
Okay. All right. I'll leave it at that. Favorite number?
7.
Oh, me too. Cool. All right. Who has it easier?
It is the most favored number of all numbers.
It's the best number. All right. Who has it easier, men or women?
It is no. I mean, it's humans. It's tough. It's damn hard. It's damn hard.
Agreed. Yeah. Have you ever worn socks with sandals?
Hell no. I'd rather cut off my own feet.
Nice. Right on. Name a primate besides monkeys or apes.
Is a chimp separate to a monkey and an ape?
I think so.
Also, humans. We're primates.
I think that's true. Yeah. All right. Why can't we tickle ourselves?
That is a good. I'd get a good fucking hour of staring out at the mountains on that one. Why can't we tickle ourselves? I really don't know. And then it would be, what's laughter? What's the evolutionary purpose of laughter? Ooh.
I want to know that too, actually.
There's no evolutionary purpose. God makes us laugh to remind us that the angels think we're funny when we fart.
I like that. I like that a lot. What does the person need to be happy?
They need a purpose and a mission, and they need to contribute and to feel like they're helping, and then to forget about ever being happy. Just happiness, just never think about it.
Nice.
Do your work.
Absolutely. Is there such a thing as objective beauty to you?
In nature, yeah, I would be. There are things that I've seen in nature where if somebody said that's ugly, I'd be like, there's something clearly wrong with you.
Agreed.
Or your perceptual filters just don't work.
Right. I like that one. Okay. What do you think is the best age in general?
For a human to be?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like I used to be into Taoism a lot when I was a kid, and in the Tao Te Ching, they would say that your power as a human is probably going to peak at around the age of 45, because you're still young enough to be fit and strong, but you've actually really developed a little bit of wisdom by then. So, I don't have a better answer than that.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. How many kids would you like to have?
As many as fate decrees I'm supposed to, as it is written by God. Maktub. There's an Arabic word for you. Yeah, I think probably. I don't know. Whatever is meant to be will be.
Whatever is meant to be. That's reasonable.
I have many children. Look at the Spartan Life Coach channel. I have 70,000 of them.
That's right. I'm with you. I call my people the Spanily because of my support group. Anyway, I'm with you. Okay, but I don't have 70,000. I have 30,000 and something.
I bet more are coming.
That's right. I'm on my way, baby. All right. Last question. do you believe, I can't even ask you this question. This
Go
is
on,
a stupid question. Do you believe in love at first sight?
I think that you can probably. There was a book a few years ago. And it was kind of a silly book, but it had some good ideas in it. I think I read it when I was like 22 on holiday. Great book to read on holiday. It's called The Celestine Prophecy. Did you ever read that one?
I don't think so.
So it's like it's an adventure story, but they learn spiritual things along the way. It's fun. And one of the things it said in there was sometimes when two people see each other, there's like a moment you get where you're probably supposed to communicate. And you don't because it's not convenient or it's weird or something, where you should probably actually, like, you kind of look at each other and there's almost, in the book it says like a soul recognition, and you might have a message for each other, so you should. There's definitely that kind of a thing. And I've had it a few times where I'm like, I'm probably supposed to talk to that person, but I also really need to go somewhere and it's weird to talk to strangers, so I'm not going to do it. So there's definitely that. Love, as in romantic love at first sight. There's certainly lust at first sight. Good Lord. But lasting love that goes beyond the pair bonding biochemical cocktail stage at first sight. Yeah, I'm a Piscean. I believe that. Sure.
Me too. That's cool. When's your birthday?
I'm 19th.
Oh, the 7th.
No.
7. Okay, anyway. Moving right along. All right. I did want to, I have to go one more on the lightning round. If you could ask God one question, what would it be?
If I could ask God one question, I would say, God, can I ask you some more questions, please?
And here's what Richard had to say about what he's working on in the future. Take a look.
There was the narcissism documentary. Yeah, that was a thing. The tour in America was a thing. But at the moment, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to reach more people and in a way that is not exhausting to me, and that actually does some good, and that, you know, is still has an element of interaction. One thing I'm working on that might be of interest to people is an app that should be out hopefully this week, where you know, the idea was like Spartan Life Coach in your pocket. So because people use their smartphone so much, where they could get on the app, and every day for this year, for 2018, there'll be like audio files giving them ideas for exercises, things to focus on for the day. So it'd be like for people recovering from narcissistic abuse and CPTSD, any day that you're out and about, there's always going to be like a 15-20 minute audio file there, some instructions, something to do, or me answering a question relevant to what's going on. So there's that. There's a project I've got, strengthofmind.coach, which is really going to be tackling the kinds of political and cultural issues that we're facing at the moment, whilst training people to be successful, to be tough, to get through the challenging times that we're living in. And then the third major thing will be, I'm going to actually open a YouTube channel probably this week that's going to be for young adults and teens, that teaches them this stuff, but is directed more for their sort of mindset, for their level, to meet them where they're at.
That's great. Now, here is Richard's message for you, the people in my audience. Take a look at this.
Yeah, don't run from pain. I know it sucks. I know you're only here. I know you're only here because it hurts, and I know that it hurts. But if you run from the pain, you can diminish the pain for a little bit. You can numb it out, but it's going to come right back. And it's better to learn to become friends with your emotions and to grieve. And if you can learn how to do that, you're going to grow as a person in ways that you can't even imagine right now.
So true. And so profound. Thank you. Thank you so much. This has been wonderful. Thank you. I really appreciate you so much. Make sure you stay tuned to my channel. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, because I have a few more videos coming for you in this series where Richard's going to talk with me about certain questions and concerns and comments that you guys have had, and how these things can relate to your own recovery. So stay tuned for that. This brings me to the question of the day. And the question of the day is, do you know Richard Grannon? Have you subscribed to his channel yet? What do you think about this interview? Share your thoughts, your ideas, and your questions in the comment section below, and let's talk about it. All right, that's all I've got for you right now. As always, thank you so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life. And hey, thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me. I'll see you soon. It's my mission to teach others what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. Take care of your body, take care of your soul, nurture the real you, and introduce him or her to the world. Be comfortable in your own skin and in your place in this world. Take your spot, take it now, and the universe will take its cue from you. You feel me? If so, subscribe to my channel. Let's get it done together.